right, introducing our players in the bottom left. Making it look easy in that last game, he is...
삼성칸 RorO.
I'm really curious about as to how far he's actually going to go in this. And over here in the upper right, in the red, we have our Terran player. Can he get his head back on the game? He is...
스타트 범어.
Well.
Okay. Well, this is going to... this could be... Oh, no, okay, he's going to go for a quick Reaper, looks like.
Yeah. 8 racks proxy Reaper. Definitely a build that Zergs don't like to play against. It's tricky.
It is.
Do you try to send some Lings for counterattack? Are you root cats and you build a hatchery in their base? There's a lot of questions here for how you want to deal with it.
We got to ask.
Yeah, but this is going to be quick and dirty, most likely. Right, we are going to see non-stop Reaper production.
You know, Bomber is one of these guys who will throw a curveball when he has to.
Well, this is... I would say this is more of a knuckleball, and he's about to give this Zerg a noogie.
Could be a spitball.
I guess it could be a spitball. Spitballs are more gross, though. They don't really do as much damage.
That's true.
Yeah.
This could do a considerable amount more damage.
Yes.
The other thing to note is that the main of the Terran is not really that safe if this backfires. It's not like a 2 racks pressure. It's really different.
You have nothing at home. So, like, let's say that Zerg somewhat stabilizes and gets some Lings around, your Reapers don't just randomly go home. You're going to be in trouble. So... Well, he's going to figure out what's going on pretty soon. As soon as he sees a Reaper, he knows exactly what build order it is. And I guarantee you that RorO has played against this and has an idea of what to do.
Yeah, that's a good point, Artos. He's not going to see this and think, what the hell is this? I've never experienced this before, but it doesn't mean he's going to be as prepared enough to actually hold on to it. And now he knows immediately what's happening.
Yeah, and he's trying to get that bunker up. If the bunker gets up, it becomes much harder to deal with because there's a safe place for Reapers to go back that is still somewhat aggressive. They can cover each other while they heal.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. Now, the Queen's out. The Queen helps out tremendously, but...
Now, this is a great bunker to have up. Now, the Reaper production should continue. He has 2 out. Still very low on SCVs, so the Zerg is still mining quite well. Now, speed does start. Okay, so he is going for the speed route. He does have his Queen as well. He's going to want to make some more.
It's really amazing how much damage Reapers can actually do. With the fact that they can heal up now.
Exactly.
It's
look,
insane.
When they jump in that bunker, you know he's just going to let them sit there till the regen starts. And then as the regen starts, you have to start the damage all over. But he lost some Lings, and the Zerg units don't regen as quickly.
Right.
But this is nice. This is well done. 2 Queens plus this many Lings. He has to cancel that bunker. But the harassment isn't necessarily over yet.
Really nice control here by Bomber.
Yeah.
Somebody that we don't normally think of as a micro guy.
Oh, definitely not, yeah.
I mean,
we don't think of that.
Doing great.
Well, the Reapers are continuing their harassment. Ooh.
Nice. I guess that's not really that nice, but...
It was good in thought.
Yeah, you can see it was nice reactions, I suppose you could say.
And he's trying to trap him in here. That speed upgrade is still coming along. In the meantime, Bomber is transitioning. He's making a command center at home as well as a factory. He only has 4 Reapers.
Really nice build here by Bomber. All right, he's almost out of Lings now. Now, speed's going to finish, but there might be no Lings here to actually exhibit that speed upgrade. And yeah, this is a great build here for Bomber. Also, guys, this is another build you could probably steal.
Yeah, this is one, if you want to work on your micro and have kind of a fun, quick game, this is definitely a build to try out.
Yeah, something that's doable.
Yeah, it's a popular build, too.
You have to be able to make the SCDs back at home, though. You can't just...
Yes.
You cannot just move the Reaper around. The only reason why the Terran can get ahead by doing this is because he's making workers while the Zerg is having to make Zerglings to tank the damage.
Now, speed is done, and we have a lot of Lings on the way. These Reapers, if they overcommit, they're going to die instantly when these Lings come out.
Ooh, got the Queen. So good. Look at that control.
Yeah, I can't believe he's actually going to save 2 of these.
Yeah,
wow.
I
thought for sure only 1 was going to get out.
Right. Damn.
Well,
all right. Just to point out, though, the Zerg supply is at 50, where Terran's now at 30. So he's done a good job of maintaining his growth,
But don't forget, we do have 2 additional command centers. The third command center is almost finished.
This is very true.
So he's going to catch up economically over time here. And he was cost efficient at an almost 3-to-1 ratio. Not quite, but almost.
All right, now again, this is why you want to be careful when you have Reapers against Speedlings. They can get threaded. Nice! Darting back over there. Now the Helling's coming over here to help.
Wow.
Bomber.
Really nice control right there.
Is that Slayer's Boxer wearing a bomber mask?
Yes.
You know? Could be.
Yes. I've seen bomber masks before.
You remember somebody who made the taste dosage
That
mask?
was hilarious.
That was hilarious. Or somebody came in, it had a mask of you and a mask of me.
Yeah.
And
They were the handsomest fans I've ever seen.
They were hot.
No. So, the game is actually normalizing now, which is a funny thing to see after that very aggressive opening.
Proxy to Reaper opening.
Yeah, you can see that the supply is catching up a little bit. Bomber supply is starting to shoot up a bit quicker. Third base is going up right now for RorO. And, that third base is hard to really hold on to when Terran starts attacking a lot, but with the way the game started, I don't see that being a big issue. I think the bigger issue will be holding on to the fourth base, which has to go towards Bomber.
All right, the Lings are now coming up here. Nice control here with the Reapers and the Marines. Every little engagement, Bomber's coming out on top, and that is really a big deal when you consider how many engagements we're actually having so far. But, RorO is somebody who stabilizes very easily.
And look at this. Bomber still some good harassment. He's killed a queen and a few drones here. Looks like he's killed 3 drones. And now he's up to 5 drone kills total. So, you know what? He's still doing a good job. And he's actually killed 42 units, so that's crazy.
Considering we just got past 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kills.
It certainly is. Luckily, the vast majority of that in Zerglings. Now we do have this starport on the way. Second engineering bay as well. He is going to be a little bit behind on upgrades, but not hugely so. It's not going to probably end up being a big deal. But the spire is already going up, and that's nice to have the spire already going up, and the starport is not even finished.
All right. Well, on this map, so you guys know, Zerg's probably going to be taking the left base next, or the bottom base, but he's going to sit tight. He took enough damage early on that he can't really be the aggressor. Bomber may attack in here, or he might not. He has a lot of wiggle room at this point in time.
Yeah.
The third that we were talking about, very exposed here, but that doesn't really matter because Zerg can't be that aggressive.
Yeah, if he wants to be aggressive, he needs to wait for Baneling speed, really. Like, you can do some pokes and some prods with Lings, and if they get out of position, they might do damage. But you really want the Baneling speed there so you can actually run in and actually get kills very quickly.
Right. All right, we got one Ling coming in here.
Stims units to go kill the Ling.
A little bit overkill there.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit.
We do have the Widow Mines on the way, so that's really going to help him out defensively, and it looks like he actually wants to get offensive with these right away.
Okay. I would have gone for burrowed Banelings at this point in time if I was RorO,
You know, that's something that against Bomber specifically would be pretty good. Well, he does get one Widow Mine, very worthwhile. And
he's going to be careful. That Baneling speed is not quite done yet.
It's so close, and when it does finish, and these 10 mutas as well, he might be able to do a lot of damage to this army, because if the army tries to lift up against the Speedbanes, the mutas can always catch him.
RorO's just looking so solid.
Yeah, he really is.
It's funny because it's not like Bomber's doing anything really wrong, but then when you just see how RorO's doing otherwise, I'm like, well, he hasn't really missed a beat. Well, and that's a sign of a really good Zerg player.
Yeah, well, that's a sign of a GSL champion right there.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, here we go. He's going to want to lift, but the mutas are coming.
More Medivacs over here. Oh, wait.
And he just drew him over the Widow Mines. I'm not sure what happened with that.
Yeah, we caught the tail end of that.
Yeah, we do have the drop going down at the third base right now, or not.
It looks like
the 2 Marine drop.
The 2 Marine. What?
The rest being held in reserve. Okay. Dropping those on the high ground. Units coming in both directions, so these Medivacs should be dealt with.
I think he's going to force a cancel there on the 4th. Oh, no, excuse me, the 4th is actually finished.
Yeah, he's actually killing the 4th. And one medevac not really going to get away. You know, that's even though the medevac speed boost helps a lot, if the mutas are near enough by, they can chase them down still.
I got to say, Bomber still never fails to impress.
Yeah, definitely. Look at the supplies now. He's actually tied up in supply right now.
He's got to be careful. Oh, man.
I tell you, man, Widow Mine's definitely good for the observer experience, if nothing else.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, actually, they're good for all sorts of things, as we see here.
All right, and he needs to get those fast.
Yeah.
All right, and he does clean that up. Now, he is going to go ahead and take the 4th base now at the center left starting location, where there's also a watchtower.
Yeah, he's also taking that bottom 6 o'clock location as well. He realizes, oh, the 4th base is so slow this game, better take 2 at once and make sure that I get one.
And, you know, with the Muta-Ling Baneling, this is actually, I think, the most common TVZ combination nowadays.
Yeah, it definitely is, I would say.
Mutas are just even more of a compliment now. Nice forcing of a stem. Really taking advantage of that Muta speed.
And he's just using the mobility of his army right now. You know, he has so much vision with his creep tumors. It's hard for Bomber to make too many moves without knowing way ahead of time before he gets anywhere. And this little counterattack could do a lot of damage because most of Bomber's armor is out of position.
Yeah, he's got to be careful. Is he actually going to turn around? Bomber's splitting his army up.
Oh, that was a nice little Widow Mine hit right there. But these SCVs could be in trouble.
Now, he can actually lose this base down here at the bottom. It doesn't really matter.
Yeah. If he does enough damage with this and keeps his other bases, then it's actually fine.
And an attack over here at the bottom is being deflected here by RorO.
Wow, RorO.
Look at RorO just doesn't die.
He's killing everything at once as well. Now, Bomber is on a very kind of scrappy 3 bases for him. He doesn't have nearly as many units as he's used to. His economy's had to run around quite a bit away from these units. Whereas RorO, you know, he doesn't have the big Zerg economy that you really want to see, but the way he's utilizing his units, I feel, is getting better and better as the game goes on.
You know, again, I'm going to highlight this just one more time. This is exactly what a perfect Zerg looks like when they're getting hit, but it does not matter. They just keep growing. They just keep getting bigger. And I'm starting to wonder what Bomber's going to be able to do some more damage over here. He's going to counter once again over here with these mutas. Actually no defense. I was going to say hardly any, but...
Wow, taking out these mules is absolutely gigantic.
Yeah, even making them not mine for a second. I mean...
Yeah, that might be 30 less minerals per mule, really.
Yeah. All right, now he's going to continue to attack in here. The Widow Mines are burning! Oh!
Beautiful Widow Mines!
That could be a game changer right there. They took out about, what,
It definitely could, and I think it is tasteless. He's definitely losing this pace. Look at this supply differential. Bomber suddenly up 40 supply. That little attack by RorO that was supposed to kill this army off did not. It got lost, and this army is killing bases and moving forward still.
Now he's going to regroup here. He's got a lot more Lings and Banelings, which could take on this army, but he's got to be careful about those Widow Mines.
Oh, and the Banelings hitting Marauders. This is a worst-case scenario right now for RorO. Bomber just continuing to macro up, sending so many units across the map, putting so much more pressure onto his opponent with only 16 mutas and 38 Lings on the way. I don't think RorO is going to be able to come back from here.
Yeah, I think this could be the tipping point again here. He's just gotten too far in there. And once he gets this base, if he can manage to get to the second, I mean, that's it.
Yeah,
despite all the damage that we saw him doing back there. Oh, no!
Wow, a lot of damage dealt to those mutas. They aren't going to be nearly as useful in this next battle. And in fact, I think we're going to probably be seeing GG if these Banelings don't connect beautifully.
All right, he's going to get in there.
Well, they connect pretty beautifully, but still more units coming up.
Might just be too much Terran.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's, as you can see, a parade push. More reinforcements on the way. And that is going to be bringing us into game number 3 here.
Absolutely it is. Bomber has held on tight. RorO played a very solid game. But Bomber showing he really does understand how to play well on this map.
Yep, and now we're going to go onto the map that is going to be the choice of RorO.
Yeah. Will be interesting to see exactly what he does choose. GG.
Great game. So we still don't know who's going to get out. I got to say, though, overall, RorO is still looking a little bit more solid.
Yeah, I have to agree. I think RorO looked more solid, even though Bomber ended up winning that. Did end up outplaying him in the long run. RorO looked very solid all game. You know, it was really getting that 4th hatch that we were talking about quite a bit earlier, where, you know, Now that the thirds are kind of just going up for both players, that fourth is going to be very hard to hold. And oh boy, was it. That's really, I feel, where Bomber made sure that he could win.
What RorO was doing was keeping an economy and continuing to grow while still, getting hit a lot.
Yeah.
But that's a real tightrope walk. And when
It
that
certainly
one
is.
Widow Mine hit those 8 Banelings, that was the point of no return. Now, the next map is going to be Whirlwind.
Not a big surprise that that's what we're going to be seeing.
Zerg picks Whirlwind?
No.
No.
No. You mean
way.
everyone isn't just going to pick Daybreak for the rest of the time, no matter what matchup?
No.
How could that be?
Well, this is going to be cool. I think it'll be an uphill battle, though, for Bomber. But Bomber is somebody who's done very well in Whirlwind.
Yeah, he certainly is. He's one of the Terrans that we've seen really use the map to the best of his ability. You know, good drops, a lot of heavy macro, things like that. Maybe not as positional as some players like Ryung, but still a very strong style.
A lot of room for Widow Mine abuse here. It's a big map.
Hey, it's going to be hard to keep track of where those are.
This game could look very similar to game number 2, but we're going to see. And also, what opener will Bomber do? I'm curious. All right, guys, let's get hyped. Spread the word. Tell people to tune in to the GSL Codas Heart of the Swarm, the first one here, day 1, as we follow the path to see who will be crowned a GSL Codas Heart of the Swarm champion.